We're going right to the gassers, man. I'm going to tell you what. Look at Newberry. Turn around. This is what it all started back in the day, right?
You know, you got to thank a bunch of sponsors here, Al. We got White Safety Equipment, maker of all the racing safety equipment on these cars. How about Alki Digger out of Nashville, Tennessee, carrying all types of fuel injection parts, old and new, for anything that is going to be drag racing or circle track, from the old style to the new. Ram clutches on board here. Almost every gasser here has them. Ram has a clutch for any type of racing, from stock to pro mod and circle track, late model performance, old and new. Hightower Racing transmissions, 90% of those guys that are coming down have all of them in the car, the Hightower Racing transmissions. So you got the Avenger and Tommy Lumley in the old school Outlaw.
Oh, you got to love that, man. You look over there at Sonny Bird. Sonny Bird, the driver and the owner of the Avenger over there out of Welford, South Carolina, the 37 Chevrolet. A very correct car. This car is built in the mid-1960s, raced in 70s, and was sitting in a garage for 30 years. Mr. Quayne Stott and Donovan Stott done all the upgrades on this car in the left lane. The car specs up from Romains 12:19, where the Lord Jesus speaks about vengeance is mine. There they go, down there back in the old days, just like kids out there in the old 37 Chevrolet Coupe. Tommy Lumley hanging out there, the North Carolina-based team. Oh, don't do that, yeah. So without that, look at this.
You know, back in the day when they raced these cars for real, there was no scoreboards. So we don't have no scoreboards here, folks. And I would tell you that normally they'd start with a flag man. But with safety, we can't have nobody out there. So we are using the lights. But I'll tell you what, these cars don't need no scoreboards, let me just tell you. So that's going to bring up Tim Bailey and Jared Baylor.
Tell me there's not some Brill Cream bangers up there in the stands. They're on their feet watching this. Here we go. This is a 41 Willis. Now, we know all about the Willis. We know about the state of California and the guys that made them all popular down there, like Stone Woods and Cook and those guys. But the 55 Chevrolet of Bailey, Tim Bailey out of Pinehurst, North Carolina, 58 years young. He'll drive that 41 Willis, the Alley Cat, coming up in the left lane. Tex Racing, a 4-speed right here in the left lane. Watch this thing, 48 gears and all the cool things. Man, you got to love a 41 Willis gasser. 55 Chevrolet, 351. Bang, the small tire getting caught in between first and second. Now he's got the Risco to third gear. The Willis goes down, makes a hard charge, and a victory for Tim Bailey out of Pinehurst, North Carolina. Let me get a look at Jerry William. Man, Spartansburg, South Carolina, 64 Ford Mustang. Even got the tinted glass, man. If that don't bring it back, when you were in the lanes, you didn't put your dialing on. You had your class number back then. I love the tinted glass.
How about the dry hop from Quayne Stott? The leader of the pack here from Columbus, North Carolina, the 41 Willis, 350 inches of injected Chevrolet power under the hood of that 41 Willis.
Look in the front of that Willis. Man, that is the only skirt where the poodle jumps off when it sees the car coming at you. Check it out. Quayne Stott's got it all going on right here. They're going to try to get him back into the groove, man. He's got the red. And if you've never seen this on Facebook, I'm telling you, to watch the inside of Quayne Stott drive this car. Back into its pits for a hot dog or maybe even an ice cold Coca-Cola. What year is this car? That is what it's all about. No, we go, boy. Well, look at that car. That's got to be the man he told me about that buys all his parts right at the local junk store. He was telling me about a 57 Quayne was. You got to watch out. And he said, man, it is something else.
The Bad Penny.
So the 057, there it is, car, the Bad Penny, built with heart and soul, the 57 Bel Air. They owned this car for 32 years, 15 years untouched, so they could take it out. And the family loves to come out drag racing with it now. When the sons got old enough to help with the Bad Penny, they rebuilt it, all done by hand, and found all the parts at the local junkyard. Nothing new on that thing. Everything's recycled and ready to go to work. The Skull Garage family is forever growing. Watch the Bad Penny. Dale Wilson Right side, Kerry Klein comes up in there, 41 Willis. Now, where have you been that you've seen 41 Willises? No real gassers ever. But right here, Rockingham, right with the Pdra. They make that Willis a hard charge. Wow! Big smoke on the top end. Man, oh man, if that's not a head gaskets, it's two head gaskets. What a big move down there as Dale Wilson finds himself down there. Gary Klein in that lane over there, as we see Gary Klein have a huge explosion under the hood, but he's okay. He's coasted that thing around the corner.
That's more of a damn explosion.
Check out, man. It's smoking around the corner down there. And that'll bring up the 55 Chevrolet. Would you check? Look at this. Look at William Brown. William Brown's about to change classes here after he looks at this car. The red windows, all the cool stuff. Shannon Smith coming up next as we check the track out. And the Landrum, South Carolina-based Orange Bean Motors. And the 55 150 model, 396 cubic inch big block Chevrolet on board will sit in the left lane. Man, that is nothing but a handful of driving right there in the left side. You got a big block Rat when the Rat meant something back in the day. And then the right side, what do we have? An Anglia.
We got Dylan Stott. Donovan Stott, I'm sorry. The 48 Anglia, car number 33. His dad, Mitch Stott, was the 2003 Pro Modified World Champion. This is a 20-year-old young fella. He does his own fabrication work and built the 327 engine when he was just 19 years of age. Donovan has been a runner-up to the pole sitter and pale rider at the last two races.
How do you like that last name, Stott, man? And you watch your dad down there in the Willis, and you come out there, your uncle, right? That would be the nephew.
Yep.
I believe of Donovan, and over there in the company. You watch your uncle down there pulling the gears in the old Willis, and you get a chance to bring up an Anglia where the tires are hanging some 3 to 4 inches out of the quarter panel and out of the fender well area, and that is just something. That is what it's all about right there. And the chassis builder and all the guys down there, the 48 Anglia, 327 cubic inches. Now you get a good chance to watch what the small block Mouse got its name, taking on the big block Rat. The 396 in the left lane, the Mouse will be in the right lane. Because back in the day, that's when all that rivalry started up. When guys would build different configurations and bring them in, and they had class racing. You said, hey, you got fuel injected in the clutch.
What? Huh?
And then the automatic would get out there in a couple, and the old clutch car would chase him down. But, man, this brings back the history of what drag racing is all about in the heads-up department.
Once again, we want to thank Hightower Racing Transmissions, Ram Clutches, Alki Digger, and White Safety Equipment for supporting the Southeast Gassers. And those guys are all great sponsors, and some of them are very current and common with us today as well. Ram Clutches, very popular, Pat Norsha on the property. And, of course, we want to thank the one and only Quayne Stott for bringing this great group of cars here. We're going to take a look at that racetrack out there and get things tightened up. And in the meantime,
it's time to go gasser racing. A flashback of what it was like back there before you put Mooser hair gel in. It'll be the Willis taking on. Let's go down there to the gassers here in their qualifying attempt. Remember, fans, back in the area. Quayne Stott coming up out of Columbus, North Carolina. The 41 Willis will be there. Look at the young lady in the skirt backing him up into the hot rubber. He laid down with that small block 350 cubic inch Chevrolet. Get ready to dump the clutch. The bell housing, is it approved? Who cares? He's got the
dry off, Al. You can't beat that from Quayne Stott.
White trash getting down and dirty in the left lane. Donovan Stott, the young gun, gets down there, gets an old Anglia, 48 Anglia with a small block, 327 cubic inch Chevrolet, to find himself what it's all about here in the old gasser competition. Now he looks over, his uncle sitting in that 4-speed Willis. Will he give him a break? I don't know. We need MagnaFuel Top Sportsman to the lanes. MagnaFuel first round for Top Sportsman to the lanes. This is what drag racing was all about. The poodle that jumped off the skirt in the right side, it's gone. You can see it ran, man. It's down there. It looks like it's with that Chihuahua from Puerto Rico. a job right there for the Willis, man. Quayne Stott. Donovan Stott out there. He's the man right there to beat in white trash. Tommy Lumley coming out. Lumley will be over here in the 1940 Chevrolet. Who do you got in the right lane there, buddy? I'm sorry I got so pumped up. I want to drive one. Can someone find me one just to take a wheel in the deal?
Tim Bailey coming in from Pinehurst, North Carolina, 58 years of age and a 41 Willis. A small block, 301 under the hood right there. And he is a qualified number 5 in this field, Al.
Gotta love it, small block Chevrolet. Now the Willis trying to watch out for the leaf blower kid. As he backs up, no rearview mirror on that Willis, you know what I'm saying?
Even if you had one, you wouldn't be able to see nothing.
No, he'll stop and think that the old throw-off bearing may have won out if he runs that kid over. Anyway, so right now they're getting ready to pull him up to the right side. Look at the left lane. How about a 40 Chevrolet? Now, 40 Chevrolet, wasn't that like a salesman's car back in the day? Well, here comes the salesman in the coupe, ready to go. Watch him be showing you why you can take a Charlotte, North Carolina guy named Lumley and make him knock the socks off of Tim Bailey. That'll bring up the 1955 Chevrolet of Tommy Lumley. No, it isn't Tommy Lumley. That's going to be Blaine. Shannon Smith over there. How about Jerry Willingham?
Jerry Willingham from Spartanburg, South Carolina. He's a long-haul trucker, but right now he's got a If we had a flagman, we'd be using them. Wow. There ain't no times on the tower out there because they didn't have them when they raced these cars, folks. It was all done by eye. So now, the Mustang comes up against the 55 Chevy. Big block under the hood there, Al.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the new improved Carl Robinson. He's gone to the Altucci announcing school. Bring it to us. How about it? There it is. TUCCI, Bobby Bennett. Competition plus. Look at the high voice all around. Man, oh man, is that thing looking like it's ready to be a skyscraper. The 55 is Smith looking at the left side. The clutch. Listen to this. That's never been set.
I gotta tell you, the big old Chevy takes out the Mustang, and that's the way it goes here tonight. Chevy, Sunnyburn comes to you from Welford, South Carolina. It's a 37 Chevy. Big block under the hood, 427 inches, and he's gonna bang it up the line. Where's the flagman, Al?
Oh, man, the flag man? I don't know. You know what you need here is Burn Box Bob. Remember him with the gloves and stuff?
I do.
Oh, he would remember him at all the big bracket races in Michigan and stuff. Burn Box Bob would be getting it on. The Beach Boys would be playing. Elvis Presley would be coming out of his grave right now to see some of this stuff. Jared Bailey over here. Look at that 1955 small block Chevrolet. Bailey getting his own fresh air. He don't need 8 pit crew guys. He don't need to make a phone call to Diamond in the morning. They'll call him in 3 months and say, hey, is there anything we can get? Yeah, this is awesome right here. Sonny Byrne, I love the 1937 Chevrolet. Get Sonny Byrne, get some. He's got it ready to go down to the back fenders here if this thing gets up in the air. Sonny down there in the top end. Here's your final car, the High Boy 1987 Chevrolet. Stay with it, baby. He's drying the water up all off of it. Magna Fuel Top Sportsman to the lanes. Magna Fuel Top Sportsman, first round of eliminations to the lanes, please. We need you there, guys.
Dale Wilson, the 48-year-old trucker, me and Junkyards put together that old 57. This car, period correct from every way you want to go. 327 Chevrolet, double hump heads under the hood, Al.
Tell me that's not old street racing stuff that you heard out in the cornfield at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? And then you'd hear the guy over there with the quadrijet. Oh, I mean, I'm telling you what, it brings me back to the old cornfield days and the old drag racing. Awesome stuff. Look at Andy. Andy's going to build one now. I can see it. Guys from New Jersey said we're bringing back some of the good stuff in drag racing.
Yeah.
I like that. The rumor is, and we got it from the top end, listen, Quayne Stott had Brill Cream on his hands when he was shifting. Slipped off the shifter when he went from second to third. The Brill Cream caused the problem. He's got to get his black plastic comb back and get back for another round of eliminations coming up shortly. What a round of gasser action right here in Rockingham with the Pdra.
I got to tell you, this is the only place you're going to see him right here doing that kind of stuff. Unbelievable. The Southeast Gassers. Put your hands together, Rockingham. What great show those guys put on. All right.